Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Farm. First of all, can we just admire that view? This is probably one of the best view spots that we get on the farm. It's definitely up there. So yeah, a beautiful day again, 2nd of June. It is a Tuesday afternoon, approaching 3 o'clock and probably approaching, I don't know, something like 24 degrees. It has been another scorcher. But the reason I'm out with the fert spreader, as you can see behind, is topping up some nitrogen on a variety called Innovator of potatoes. I spoke about this in a few videos, and we've been waiting and waiting, basically waiting for some rain. We don't want to put it on in very dry conditions and it just sit there for months, which it would have done if we put it on when I last had the spreader on. So we've been waiting patiently, and it looks like tomorrow, Wednesday the 3rd, we are due some rain, hence why I am out fert spreading on these potato fields. So this is the last one, a field called Sherrills, and yeah, we'll see how they're getting on. But it's been a dry old month. I think it's been one of the driest, if not the driest, Mays for a long time. I quickly had a look at the average rainfall for Herefordshire in May, which is usually about 60 mil is what I found, the figure. Quite how accurate that is, I don't know, but our weather station has read 4.1 mil over the course of May, so you can see it's massively down on what it would be, but there we go anyway. So we'll do the headland, and then I'll get you back when we are on the main body of the field, and we'll have another quick chat. Right, so here we are. We've done the main part of the field. We're just going up and down now. So yeah, like I said, this is a field called Sherrills. It's about 20 acres, and this was planted on or around the 24th of April. So yeah, it's 2nd of June now. It's been about 5 weeks, and this is sort of where they're up to. They are in need of rain. I've seen irrigators flat out, but we do not irrigate at the moment anyway. This is a variety that possibly would benefit from some irrigation. We'll see what happens in the future. But irrigation is actually something that's always quite interested me. I used to do, well, I did a bit of time with Farm Care, who don't sort of trade anymore, but that was up in Cambridgeshire area, Cambridge Norfolk border, and they irrigated, and it always did interest me, but that wasn't kind of my role at the time, so I never really got too involved in it. They had two pretty big reservoirs, but yeah, I always sort of admire people who are doing irrigation, and it looks like potentially a little bit of a stressful job, but also quite satisfying as well, and obviously improves the yield of the crop, whatever it is. I mean, I know this year some people are even irrigating wheat and barley, but so is the benefit of being over in the west, that you do tend to get a little bit more rain than over in the east. It's quite unbelievable really that it's gone from 2018, there was a real drought, 2019 at the end was incredibly wet, and you know, you'd be in a spud field like this and struggling to harvest it. You know, ruts everywhere and flooding everywhere, crops failing left, right and centre, not being able to get stuff out of the ground. And now, yeah, up until when was that? Sort of mid to the end of March, and since then it's now, you know, we've had one of the driest Mays for a long time, so, and pretty much in droughty conditions now. Quite unbelievable, quite unbelievable. Anyway, apologies, but also not apologies for not putting an episode of On the Farm up last week. It was a bit of a quieter week, and I did do a little bit of filming. I managed to snap my tripod stand, so it's now got 2 legs, well, 2.5 legs, which isn't much use, but in all fairness, it was a pretty naff cheap one, so I'll have to get myself on Amazon or eBay and see what's about. But obviously it would be nice to get some outdoor shots of this today, but that will not be happening. It's also very hot to get even out of the cab, so yeah, at 24 degrees. But to be honest, when I haven't got enough content, I won't bodge a video together. I'd rather wait and do one the following week with a bit more of the footage from the previous week. You know, at quieter times of the year, you might not get a video every week, or even every 2 weeks. We'll just see what happens, you know. Got a bit of holiday time to take as well, so obviously probably won't be making much content then. But yeah, also at busier times of the year, I'll try and upload a little bit more regularly. Again, it's going to be harder to find the time to sort of edit and upload them at that time, so they just sort of come when they come. But yeah, I seem to be saying a lot in this episode, so I do apologise for that. But there we go, we've got something going on Thursday that I'll bring you along on. This is the last field that we are fertilising for quite a while, up until MOP and TSP in the autumn. At least that's what I think the plan is. So yeah, it's going to be a little while before we see the fert spreader again, but after this I will wash it down, put some oil on it and put it to bed, and that means we can then change the wheels on this tractor. And we have been pretty busy on the spud harvester. I think we're on something like day 7 now, even though they've been broken up quite a bit, but we've only actually been in there for, it's probably only worked out at about 5 days, because we've had sort of half days here and there where we've been doing other stuff. It's not been too bad. We got the cart elevator back on yesterday. 3-man effort that was. That was not very easy. Not very easy at all. Let's see if I can get into this row somewhat neatly. You can see the dust kicking up. Pretty bloody dry. But there we go. Yeah, 3-man effort. We did get it on in the end. Look at that view. Beautiful. This is some of the rape you can see ahead. Obviously not in flower anymore. That's had a bit of foliar nitrogen. This year actually, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but the oilseed rape crops tend to have been a little bit shorter this year. But the pods are still good size, so we'll see what happens during harvest, see how they yield. These down here are the hybrid variety. We've got some wheat over there, which looks pretty good, but definitely stuff is going to benefit from the rain tomorrow, and fingers crossed we will be getting some. Anyway, I will leave it there for this part of the video, because like I said, we've got something going on Thursday, so I'll put that on in the next bit of the video. And again, I seem to have said this the last couple of episodes, I haven't forgotten about the data app stuff. That will be at the end of this video, or I might do a separate one and just talk about some other apps. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there we go, last the fert spreading for a while. Here are the potatoes 5 weeks in, and that's about it. See you in a little while. Right, good morning everyone. As you can see, we are on our little adventure that I spoke about in the first part of the video. We are very far away from the fields that we are used to in this tractor. But today we are heading to a dealership to the other side of Hereford. So we're going along the top of Hereford for those of you who are interested, to get the trailer. You can't see behind me, but we've got one of our Larrington trailers on. We're getting it tilly tested. And this was basically set up due to an accident that happened on a farm, I think it was in Lincolnshire, to do with trailers. And now a lot of dealerships have taken this up, so you take your trailer there, they get it tested, they test, you know, we can do the lights and things like that. Let's just squeeze past there. Yeah, so we get the lights tested, and they basically do everything really. Sorry, let me just concentrate on getting around this roundabout safely. So yeah, they basically test everything. They'll take the wheels off, check the hubs, do a brake test as well, and then give us a certificate if it has passed, or give us advice if things need to be changed. You can either then get them changed at the dealership while it's there, or what we'll do, we'll get the parts sent back and change it ourselves. So we've got 3 trailers to take. This is the first one I've taken, but yeah, a little venture through Hereford, and then it's not so bad. But trying to do this, as you can see, it's fairly busy. It's not terrible, but Hereford at rush hour is awful, and it probably is even now with, you know, the coronavirus and stuff going on. It's still pretty bad, so we are trying to make way while it's not too busy. So yeah, it's all to do with safety on the farm as well. These trailers are now 6 years old. I don't know whether they've done 5 or 6 seasons, one or the other. But yeah, making sure they are safe for when we are lugging grain, when we are lugging potatoes. That is the idea behind it. So now we're stuck at a red light. That's pretty boring. I'll probably leave you here and catch you closer to the dealership, or there probably.
No, I'll never forget that day. No, no, never forget that day.